Hi everyone, it's Maggie and welcome to part 4 of how I make my fabric book. And when we stopped in part 3, I finished putting some embellishments on the front cover. And I just have one more thing to do for now on that. And then we'll get back to embellishing it at a later time after some of the other pages have been started. So this is one of the trims that I have, and I was looking at it and decided that these colors, the color between the doily and this trim here is the exact same color, and I wanted to put some white in between it. So I cut off this part here, which I'm going to do on this piece. And I'm going to put that on the top where the other part of the doily is. And I don't know how good or bad the lighting's going to be because it's been one nasty day here. We were supposed to get some sleet and then snow, but all we've gotten so far was about an inch of snow, and the rest is all sleet. It's been sleeting all day, so it's really icy out there and nasty, and it's 4 p.m. right now here, and it's already almost dark out. So the lighting isn't going to be the best. So, okay, it just gives a little bit of separation between the doily and this trim here. All right, so let me glue this down quick. And it doesn't need a lot, so I'm just going to put one little stream there and push it under a little bit. But I want some of it to show. And then I haven't found a little trim to cover this here to finish it off, but I will eventually. But I plan on coming back to each page before it's entirely finished anyway. So that will be done at a later time. Okay, so I have that. You want to press it down really good. All right, so that gives a little bit more contrast. And then what I'll probably do is I'll be looking for a really narrow white trim like this. Well, I mean white like this, not the same type of trim, just to cover up that there. But I haven't found it yet, and I have to go through my, my stash, and they're in different areas. So, all right, let's go to start the next page. And this page is a pocket page. And I wasn't sure what I wanted to do on this page either, but I really love this lace that I use for the book pages. So I cut out 2 more, and I cut it to fit. Let me make sure I have the right side. And I'm going to use this as the pocket. And I'm going to just glue on the sides and then the bottom. But you just want to make sure that I don't want to cover up all of this. And because it's a little tattered, it's okay. I don't need anything to finish that off. And this part's going to be tucked in a little bit. So I think what I want to do though is secure the bottom of it. so that doesn't move around. So I just have to make sure it's where I want it to be. Okay. And let me move that a little bit and that. I only have a little area to actually work in, so I definitely have to keep moving stuff around. Okay. And this is going to be a nice size pocket too. And I'll be adding something to it, so it's not going to look like it's still part of the, part of the page. And we'll do that in just a minute. So, okay, that's nice and secure. So the next thing I want to do is secure this over here. So I'm going to actually go kind of in between. And then I'm going to push it down in there. All right, so that's pretty good. And then the other side, I don't want to hide all this either, so I'm going to put it right there. So I'm going to put the glue just above that. Yeah. All right, so now another thing I wanted to cover is because of some time constraints, I pick things ahead of time that I think I'm going to use. I don't always use it, and sometimes I do change my mind. But if I didn't pick anything ahead of time, then it could take like a couple of hours just to do one page, because that's how long it takes me sometimes to find either my trims or what I want to decide to use. Because I had looked at a few different ways of making this pocket, and it took me a while to do that, and then to decide that I wanted to use this material. So some things I will change my mind on, but I can't start the video and then go around and try to choose, because I'd be getting up and down, and trying to decide. So what I decided to do was, because a friend of mine, Paula, had said, well, we don't get to see how you choose your laces, your trims and all that. And I realized she's right. You don't get to see that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm in between one of the parts. I am going to try to show you how I do end up choosing which trims I use, and like embellishments and that, but that will have to be a separate video. And I just haven't decided really if it's going to be in between the parts, or if I'll wait till the end and then show you. I'll do a separate video on that. And then what I might do is do a live, in case anybody wants to watch that and they have any questions for me. So let's get back to this page. And one of the things I had been thinking about, and this is the image I'm going to use for this page, but one of the things I've been thinking about with the pocket was, I don't want to leave, what did I do with it now? I don't want to leave this the way it is. And I had a piece of embroidered trim. Let me see if it's, and there it is underneath. Oh, I thought, oh my gosh, don't tell me it got in the trash by mistake. So anyways, I have this piece of embroidered trim that I really like. And the other thought is I decided I do try to name my books. I don't always, but this one with all the little girl images, I decided another subscriber left a comment and said she liked Sugar and Spice, and I decided, yep, I think that works. So that will be another way that I'm going to choose some of the embellishments and colors, and that is what I think of when I think of Sugar and Spice. So when I think of it, I think of um, white, beiges, um, different shades of browns, very neutral colors, like spices would be. So what I had in mind was using this trim over the pocket. You can still see the pocket through it, but it just adds a little bit more. And so that's what I want to try to accomplish. So I noticed that hopefully I can get it to work, that I can cut it right on that and still have enough over here. And I just want the scallopy part to go just above, like that. Okay. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little glue down the bottom of that to keep that in place, and then after I glue it, then I'll cut it to fit. And I'm using such a thin line of glue that hopefully once it dries, it won't necessarily show through. But that's something we'll have to see because it is a netting. Hoping it'll just work its way in there. And I think that's working. So yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, so now let's do the side this way. Just pull it, can stretch it a little. The pocket's already made, so I can stretch it to fit in there again. And gluing it, hot gluing it, there is a little bit of stiffness on the spine, but I don't mind that because I might end up putting something on the outside of the spine, so then it won't matter. But the stiffness isn't so bad that it's troublesome, because it's really not. That's the only place is on the spine. So let's put a little strip there. Because I'm only doing it on the outside, I don't have to worry about losing any of the pocket space. Okay, so now just need to cut. And I cut underneath. Don't want to cut that though, but I cut underneath so that it goes right along the glue line. I'll just carefully cut that. Okay, put that over there for snippet. And then just do the same thing on the bottom here. I'm going to bring it upside down though, because that'll be easier to cut. And I know my hands and arms in the way, but you can kind of get the idea. I just don't know how else to do this, so, and that I'll still be able to do that without getting in the way. All right, so for now, I mean, it's just the beginning, but this is the pocket page for now. And I know it's hard to see, but this is a light beige, so it is different from the white of the page itself. All right, so here's the image I'm using on this page, and there's my batting on the back. I'm just going to cut a little bit off of there though, because when I actually glue it down, I don't want too much to, I don't want it to go off the sides. So there. All right, so let's glue this little cutie down. We'll put it right in the middle. And now we'll glue around the image. So I'm wondering if anybody else is having bad weather. I think this is supposed to end though sometime tonight, and then it's supposed to be partly cloudy, partly sunny tomorrow, just really cold. But and it doesn't show any more snow in the forecast, so I don't think we're going to be having a white Christmas. Which seems a little crazy for New England not to have a white Christmas. Just saying. Okay. All right, so she is glued down. All right, so if you saw my live, then you saw that I was showing how to cut down some appliques, and this was one of them. And when I look at these colors, I think of spice. So I have these out, these three, and then I have a similar applique in whites and beige right here. Hopefully I was in camera. So I have that too, and then this is some coffee dyed. Well, I'm not sure if it's coffee dyed now or tea dyed. I think it's coffee dyed. So I might use some of that. And then I have some other appliques here. So I didn't decide anything for going around the image. So now I'm just going to play a little bit and see. Let me see. I'm going to actually cut the leaf off here. For now, if I end up using these appliques, I'll probably use the leaf. But for now, I think I'm gonna leave it. Okay. So I was thinking if I use these, I could either mix it up or use the contrasting colors. So let's see what this looks like. No, I want the leaves this way, I think. That way. this up here like that. All right, so let's cut this. Oh, and I think I might have showed this one. I still have some to cut down on this one. I just don't know if I want to use it again so soon though. So let's cut this. And this is just a little bit different from this one. Cut these off. And I do have those from this one over there. All right, so let's see how this could look. I think this one's might be a little more dimensional than the other ones, but I'm not sure. I didn't look that as closely at it. Okay. So I could almost do it, but no, no, let me bring it down a little more. No, I don't like that. Okay, so let's try something else. Let's try, keep this here. Now, I wonder if we kind of mixed it up a little bit like that and put this one here. Just mix up the colors a little bit. Maybe, oh, that's not going to work. Oh, let's cut this little flowery thing off for now. And I'm going to cut these leaves off again. And this one, because I can always add them back on in a way that makes it a little more dimensional. Okay. So we can put that there. Put this one here. And put this one here. And then maybe put that there. And put that there. I'm still not sure. And then what I was thinking of is the other spaces. I would put this here. All right, let's go back to keeping the colors together though and see what that looks like. And I may just mix part of this all together. So I really am, I'm not liking it. All right, you know what? Let's try it this way. See, this is why I could spend like an hour probably figuring this out. Let's try this color down here. Let's kind of put it between those two. Okay. All right, I do like that. All right, now let's see what this looks like. How that looks. Nope. Now I could see putting some up this way. So let me cut this. So even if I don't end up using it, these are still snippets. All right, so I want to take off these leaves that are going to go along the inside of the frame because I don't want to cover up too much of the picture. There. All right. So just like that. And maybe do a little bit, maybe just do this. And then find something else for over here. All right, so let's do that and see how that looks. All right, so let's cut these leaves off. All right, I'm just gonna go off camera for a second just to get these leaves off because you've gotten the idea from the last one. Okay. All right, so, and once that's glued down, I can glue it to look right that way. All right, and then this side, I really don't know if I want to use this yet, any more of this, because it's on the front cover. I don't. That's kind of too much. All right, and then I have this applique that I'm going to cut because even if I don't use this one, I'd use it in the same way on a different page. So let's see how this works. All right, so let's keep that there. But let's move this a little bit. A little bit. That, like that. And then, oh, okay, we get the leaves here. And I can put the leaves like that. All right. So I am liking that a little better. Just not sure now what I want to do on this side. I don't think I want to use this part though over there. For one thing, it's not going to work. Even if I take that part off, it's still, nope, that's not going to work. What else do we have here? All right, we have this flower that I forgot to iron, but we can see what it's going to look like. Don't think so. What else do I have? All right, I have this piece of applique. That might work a little better. Okay. I do like that a little better. And what I might do is, let me move this up a little bit. I'm going to take one of these. I'm going to take one of these flowers off. Let's see, I've got a glue down here. And you would have seen that too. Oh, wait a minute. Before I do that, let me see if I can work this in there. This might work better than that one. Just take off. All right. So we just need to take off these leaves. And don't forget, some of these appliques are going to end up being embellished, just not right away. Okay. So we've got that like that. Okay, kind of like that. And what else do I have? I don't think I'd want to put, I want to take that off before I don't think I'd want to put that there. So let's hold that thought for a minute. All right, so those are too dark. I can't do that. Let's see what this would look like. Do I have another one of those leaves? Okay, I do. All right, I kind of like that. Oh, let me not bring it down. All right, I kind of like that. All right, so let's glue a little bit of it down in case I change my mind at another time. All right, so I am going to take these off just so I can glue the center of this applique. And if in the meantime you do have any questions, just put them in the comment section, and I read every comment, so don't hesitate to put your questions in there. I can't answer every comment, but I will answer every question. And if you see a heart beside your comment, then you know I absolutely read it. All right, let's put a little on this one. Okay. This there. All right. Now I want to glue down the leaves a little bit first. Just a little bit there and a little bit there, because that's going to overlap on top. And I want to fit it so that it covers the frame. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little bit there. And I'm going to leave that the way it is for now. I don't need to glue that down right away. And I want to see how dimensional I can get it. Actually, I think what I'll do is glue the two leaves and see if I can get it to stay dimensional. And there. All right, so there. It does stick up a little bit. All right, now this is going to go over to the next page, so this has to come off, but it's still going to be there. I'm just going to put a little glue on the bottom. I'm going to stick it underneath so that it fits the page. Yeah, and that makes that a little more dimensional too, right? And then let's put this just a little bit in the middle. I want that leaf to go right there. Okay, and that's already down. So let's just do a little bit on the bottom and see if we can get a little dimension out of these leaves. Right. I like that. I hope you can see the difference in colors. It's I know it's not easy between how dark it is in here and all the white. Okay, so let's put a little under there so the leaves stay there. And then just have to glue these down. So I'm just going to put, and this will be easy to come up if I change my mind, but I don't think I will. I think I really like how this looks now. So I don't think I'll be changing my mind. Okay, let's go this way. Just a thin stream for now. Okay. Now I want to turn it around so I can make sure I get this the way I want it. So I want some of those flowers to bend this way. So, okay. I think that looks pretty good. And so that's ready for embellishing, which I'm not going to do right away. So that's it for part 4. And tomorrow I'm hoping to do part 5. And that will be, let me get rid of that. That will be the middle 2 pages and these 2 images. So those will be going there. So, okay, that's it. I'm going to end the stream now, and then I will bring it public, and I hope you enjoy watching it, that you learn. I'm not sure how much you would have learned out of this segment, but if you do have any questions, like I said, just leave them in the comment section and I will get to them. So thanks for watching, everyone, and thank you so much for all of you that are watching each segment. So bye for now.